My name is Claudia Fotiu, and this is for Kin 562, Exercise, Fitness, and Education. I'm here with our subject Rio, as you remember from the previous videos. Today we'll be going through upper extremity movements, or upper extremity based movements. So today we're going to include the barbell biceps curl, the dumbbell shoulder press, and then we're going to go ahead and combine those two at the end to perform the dumbbell curl and press. So these are going to be one single isolation movement, which is going to be limited to single joint motion, which will be the barbell bicep curl, and then the other two, which will be the dumbbell shoulder press as well as the dumbbell curl and press. Those will be multi-joint. So those are going to be your two compound exercises. All right, so you ready?
Ready?
All right, thank you so much.
No problem.
Okay, so for the barbell bicep curl, what we have here is a curved barbell. So we're not working with a straight barbell. So there's a couple modifications. This is going to be a sagittal plane movement. It's in isolation. So this isn't going to be a compound movement, meaning we're only going to incorporate one joint, single joint motion. Objectives for this exercise is you want to have them perform it through a full range of motion, meaning terminal elbow extension all the way to full flexion. You want to make sure the motion is going to be slow and controlled, and as well as again with this type of barbell, one of the caveats, or I guess limitations you could say, is that because if you're looking for a neutral grip, you're not going to be in complete supination. It's kind of a in-between motion. So when you're doing the motion, we want to do a neutral grip for this, starting with terminal elbow extension, and also keeping the elbows a little bit out in front is going to put a little more tension on that bicep. All right, so you're going to have terminal elbow extension. Good way to know that you're in terminal elbow extension is if you just kind of flex those triceps a little bit, right? And with that, you're just going to bring it all the way up.
Okay.
All right. Things to make sure when you're doing it, so it's going to start in range of motion and just flexion all the way up.
Legs together?
Yep, you can have legs together, comfortable shoulder width apart, right? So you want a nice, smooth, powerful motion up, and then a controlled motion down, all the way to terminal elbow extension. The muscles we're going to focus on for this exercise are going to include your biceps brachii, your brachioradialis, and your brachialis. All right?
All right.
So with that motion, we'll have you face the camera, so we'll get an anterior view. You'll do a neutral grip, exactly, okay? Elbows fully extended. You can assure that by doing a little flex in the triceps back there, okay? Shoulders nice and relaxed, nice little chest up and tall, okay? And you're gonna do from terminal elbow extension, bringing that all the way up, keeping those elbows nice and close, bringing the elbows a little bit more in front, pretty flexible. All right?
How many?
Let's have you do 5.
Okay.
Okay. Very good. Okay, any problems?
No.
Very good. Okay. Very good. And if you don't mind turning to your side, we're going to go ahead and appreciate a lateral view. Turn those elbows out just a little bit more in front. There you go. Very, very good. So having those elbows come out a little bit is going to put a little more tension on that biceps. Very, very good. Okay, excellent. A couple things we're looking for with this when they're lifting, of course, appreciating full range of motion through this exercise. Some things, you did a really good job. Some things I would look for as far as faults, if someone was having difficulty, was not being able to execute full range of motion. Or if you don't mind, if I'll take this, you want to make sure that they're not compensating by hyperextending their back, right? Also, when they're bringing it up, you want to make sure that they're not cheating forward like this. Does that make sense? It's going to be single joint movement. The shoulder is not going to be incorporated in this. It's just going to be at the elbow joint. Shoulder is going to be a stabilizer, but that's about it. Okay. So one of the faults we're looking for, you don't want someone bringing it up. You don't want them hyperextending if the weight is too heavy. Also, for the eccentric loading component, you don't want them to just drop the weight, right? So it's all going to be slow and controlled. You perform that very, very well. Modification to this would be, you can add weight. Unfortunately, we don't have plates for this, but if we were doing a simplified version, let's say, let's see what we have here, of just same thing. This won't be a barbell, but this will be a dumbbell bicep curl. It's essentially going to be the same thing, right? Nice neutral grip. All right, nothing to it. Okay, want to try that out? So we can modify with the dumbbells. Unfortunately, I don't have plates for the barbell. Have you do 3 of those. Very good. And you can do a nice little muscle contraction at the end. right? And that tricep to ensure you're doing full range. Very good. Okay. Shoulders nice and tall. You want to bring those shoulder blades back. Good. Very nice tall neck. You want those shoulder blades nice and back like you're pinching my hand. There you go. I want to make sure those shoulders aren't rounding forward. Modification to that, I'll actually trade you if you'd like. We can just start upping the weight. So if we're encouraging more resistance, and this is a weight you mentioned you're more comfortable with, so we'll keep it at that, same thing. All right, and you can do 3 of those. Very good, and then a lateral view as well. Nice tall, really bring those shoulders back. Don't let those shoulders round forward. There you go, nice tall chest with the shoulders back. Very, very good. All right, so those could be a modification. Another one you can do for modification if we're doing resistance motion, same thing. It's hard to get this in front, but another modification to it can be here as well. All right, so there's different ways. One of the unique things about resistance bands is there's an inability to overcome resistance necessarily. When you're talking about gravity, once you're in motion, the muscle has a little bit more of a break once you're here with free weights. With resistance band, that resistance is going to be continually applied even when you're at the end range. You still have to maintain it. All right, very, very nice. So that was our kind of modified version. We had the barbell biceps curl. We were a little limited in our modifications to make it at a higher resistance, but we can do the same thing with barbells, resistance bands. If we had plates, we would add plates until we got to either that 1 to 3 rep or that 1 rep max. The next exercise we're going to do is the dumbbell shoulder press. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'll walk you through how to do it. First thing, we'll start with the lower weight, and then we'll start increasing weight as an adaptation or a modification to this exercise. So starting with pretty light dumbbells, you're going to go ahead and start. You want to have the arms, the humerus at parallel, just parallel with the ground. You don't want to go down here. You don't want to start out here. Just nice and like this. All right. Thumbs probably just outside the shoulders, so not in like this and not out like this. Just right here. So you'll see your thumbs right outside the shoulders. All right, that would be a cue that we would use typically for a straight barbell. So with this core engaged, you want to make sure you're nice and strong in the core from parallel. You're coming all the way up, making contact and bringing it down controlled, stopping at parallel. All the way up, bringing it back down controlled, stopping at parallel. Okay? So we'll do the same thing with you. We'll do an anterior view and then we'll do a posterior view. All right, so this is going to help with the strength of the upper chest, deltoids, triceps, trap. Very good. Keep shoulders nice and back. Right, core really engaged. Okay, nice and tall with the back if you don't mind. Very, very good. You're just going to go all the way up, make contact. Let's do 5 of those, yeah. Okay, 1, 2, very good. Okay, very good. And do you mind doing a lateral view as well? So a couple things you want to look at is you want to make sure that they're not going back. You don't want to see those elbows start to flare. Another thing really good, engaging the core is going to prevent that extension of the back. Sometimes with those upper extremity exercises, we'll tend to kind of let momentum do the work. We'll find compensatory movements like leaning back to help facilitate that motion. But so far so good. Core engaged, nice and strong and tall in the back. Okay, all the way up to the top. Very good. And again, we're keeping an eye for those elbows to see if they're starting to flare. We want them exactly midline. Very good. So modification, I'll take those if you don't mind. So this is a little bit heavier in weight. If you have any problems or issues, please let me know. Okay. Okay. So then again, whenever you're ready, you can do actually, we'll do just a single bout for this. All right, so let's get these nice in that parallel. So you can see there's a tendency to want to come over that to kind of overcome that gravity. Okay, very good. So that's going to be your starting position. All the way to the top. Good. Other things we're looking for is symmetry too. We're going to see if there's more dominance on one arm as opposed to the other, where one arm is able to successfully go higher than the other, or if they have a tendency to lead with one arm as opposed to the other. Very good. I will make you do the lateral view, but that's fine. Thank you very, very much. So the next exercise, the last exercise, is going to be the dumbbell curl and press. So it's going to be a combination of the 2 previous exercises we did before, starting with the barbell bicep curl, And then the one prior to that, after that, was the shoulder press. So the dumbbell curl and press is going to be a combination of both of those.
Okay.
So what we'll do is I'll start with the lighter weight again, and our modification will be as we increase weight or resistance, right? So with that, you're going to actually start off the combination, right? You're going to start off with, right, the bicep curl. Right? As you're in supination, you're going to kind of reverse over to pronation and push all the way up, maintain contact, come back down, like that. Remember, make sure you're at terminal elbow extension. Don't stop short. So starting position, all the way, full bicep curl, from supination to pronation, all the way up, make contact, come back down. All right? Any questions on that?
I don't think so.
Okay, here you go. So we'll do an anterior view and a posterior view. And the muscles that are going to work, it's going to be a combination of the two ones that we went over. All right? 5? Yeah, let's do 5 with the lighter weight. Very good. Bicep curl, exactly. All the way up. Very good. We're making sure that they're able to control that as they're going from the curl to the shoulder press. We want to make sure they're not too wobbly, that they have good control. Okay? Very good. And you want this to be fairly symmetrical, obviously, on both sides. Okay. There you go. It's going to be a little bit, your cadence is going to be a little bit faster there. Very good. Okay. Any problems with that weight?
No.
Okay. The modification to this will, of course, be increased resistance or increased weight. Is it a little heavier? Okay. And same thing. Let me know if you have any problems with the weight overhead. Same thing, very similar to what we're looking for. Typically, the bicep curl is going to be a little bit easier. That's going to be more of a single joint motion. But when they start getting into that shoulder press, that's where we really want to start looking for compensatory movement patterns, like overarching the back, letting momentum, loss of control, things like that. All right, and this is, of course, going to be a standing version of this. Very good. And you go up, and then all the way out. Then come back down, and extend. Good. Make sure that shoulder is really, those shoulder blades are really back and together. We don't want any rounding of the shoulders or the back. So try to bring those shoulder blades all the way back. So you want to bring your chest out, kind of like a sternal raise, shoulder blades back. We don't want to start seeing rounding in the front. Very good, nice tall neck, all the way up. Very good, nice tall neck. Very good, so let's see, what we want you to do is for this one, it's going to be just like this, all the way up, coming back down like this. So what's happening is when you're coming back down, there's a little bit of a rolling action. We don't want that. We want the chest really nice and open.
So it is
So do you want to try with lighter weights?
up,
Okay. Up. Right? You got supination,
out,
pronation,
up.
all the way up. And when you're coming back down, it's smooth. Does that make sense? So exactly. Very,
Okay.
very good. Okay.
Do you want me to do with that one lateral? And then
Certainly.
this
Do you want
one
to try that?
lateral?
Absolutely.
That one first again.
You want to use the lighter ones?
Yeah.
Sure. We'll do one at a time here on the transfer. You got that? Okay. So it's going to be that flexion. Very good. And pronation. Very good. Yes. Much better. Very, very nice and smooth. That chest nice and tall. Very good. Okay. Good. All right. So that concludes our CAP 4. This is part 2 for upper extremity. So we incorporated a single joint motion with the barbell biceps curl, and then the following 2 we're going to be multi-joint. So those are going to be compound exercises. Thank you very much as always.
Thank you.
Okay, do you feel okay?
Yes, you're fine.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.